Now it's through phone data.
Hello, hello, and a warm welcome to Federal Special Program Capital Beat. Anant Singh, the JDU candidate from Mokama, arrested in connection with last week's murder of Jan Suraaj supporter Dular Chand Yadav, was told by the party leadership to be prepared to face legal action. After receiving party's ultimatum, Anant Singh decided to surrender on November 2nd. But before he could do so, Patna SSP Kartikeya Sharma arrived at Anant Singh's residence and arrested him. Now, the big question is that what will be the fallout of Anant Singh's arrest? Will it turn the battleground Bihar into a political tussle between the backwards and the forwards? And which party stands to lose after Anant Singh's arrest? All this and much more over a discussion we're going to have over the next 30 minutes. Joining me this evening is Dr. Sanjay Kumar, who's Professor AN College, Patna, from the Political Science Department. Dr. Sanjay, thank you so much for joining. We have Ashok Mishra, senior journalist and political commentator. Thank you so much for joining. And Ashok has just come back from a visit to North Bihar. But I'll begin with Dr. Sanjay. Dr. Sanjay, how do you see Anant Singh's arrest impacting the political scenario, especially in Mokama and the adjoining areas? And does it become a turning point in the Bihar elections?
See, uh, the vote polarization had begun very much before the death of Mr. Dular Chand Yadav. And this death has catalyzed in favor of in strengthening the polarization, caste-wise polarization, very much. And the recent news that is very much flashed is that Anand Singh has been arrested, but what I have heard today that Priyadarshi is also very much wanted, and he has gone underground right now. The political fallout is that in that constituency, certainly the polarization, caste polarization, will become stronger, even more than what it was there previous the death. And the adjoining areas, there are three adjoining areas: Warsleyganj, Bard, and one is another is perhaps um, Lakhisarai. In these three areas, a particular caste community, Dhanuk, they are in a very large number, outnumbering even Yadvas, Muslims, and other small castes. So, if this impact goes, then certainly it will be a very difficult, very it will be very difficult for NDA candidate, because caste affiliation in this area now it has started, it has become stronger, and it might happen in entire Bihar. It might happen, but not in that intensity what it is at present going on in the Mokama area and
So
adjoining
you are
these
saying,
three
so what you are saying,
assembly constituencies.
right. So what you're saying that in Mukama and the adjoining areas, it might become into an intense battle between the forwards and the backwards, and also it could have some impact in the other areas of Bihar. Okay, I'll come to Ashok now. Ashok, what you think would be the uh, immediate effect of Anand Singh's arrest? What we are told is that JDU had already given him a warning. He was already told that a legal action will be taken against him, and he was ready to surrender. But even before the surrender, the Bihar police chose to arrest him. Now, what was the reason? What is the kind of message which is being sent out? And I'm talking about a political message which is being sent out through Anand Singh's arrest.
Yeah, Nilu. First of all, it was an unfortunate incident which happened in Mokama, and I think after a long time, after I think a couple of decades, such political murders The question is not that who did it, but the political murders have it has happened in Bihar after lapse of nearly more than 2 decades. It used to it used to happen earlier, but for the past 2 3 decades, especially after Nitish Kumar came to power, such incidents had never happened in Bihar. Firstly, secondly, this Mokama is a very sensitive constituency, considered to be the place where the Bahubalis fight against each other to win the seat. It has been the practice. Unfortunate part of Mokama is that Mokama earlier used to be the, industrial hub of Bihar. It used to be the center of the waterways communication in Bihar. But unfortunately, for the past 3 decades, it has become a playing ground for politicians of with shady, backgrounds. But after the incident happened, it was considered, and it's still being considered that it will, send across a message where it will be a fight between the upper caste and the backward castes and others. So the JDU, the administration, and the NDA government in Bihar, Nitish Kumar government especially in Bihar, they arrested Anant Singh, which was named in an FIR. On the basis of that, he was arrested by the state administration. Patna administration went and arrested him late in the night. And it is an attempt. The message would have gone very wrong, actually. So it is an attempt to salvage the situation and not allow the situation to go and to take a turn where it will be thought as a fight between backwards and the forwards and the upper caste. So this is an attempt to salvage the situation. Now, in Mokama, if you go by the caste configuration of Mokama, we have in Mokama nearly 30% votes of the upper caste that comprise Bhumihars, Rajputs, and others. In addition to that, the NDA has the support of the Vaishyas, and apart from that, so nearly 35% to 40% votes, 35%, it will be very ideal to say that it will be 35% votes are upper caste votes, and in Mokama, and they are very powerful and they are very, strong and dominant force. It is a very dominant force. Vis-a-vis, we have nearly 60% votes of Jadavs, uh, and the extremely backward caste represented by Dhanu caste, from which this Jan Suraaj candidate for whom Dular Chand was campaigning belongs to. So in that case, it would have given a wrong message and it would have assumed a different kind of proportion, and it would have sent across a message to all the nearby constituency one and the extended to the other constituencies in Bihar. So by
Yes, but
arresting
Ashok, is
Anand
it not
Singh,
true?
the
Ashok,
Indian,
no, but Ashok, is it not true that the arrest is nothing but a damage control measure which has been
that's
taken
what,
because they realize the potential?
yeah, I told you it's an attempt to salvage the situation. It will it was an attempt that it should not take an ugly turn where the upper caste and the backward caste stand against each other, and that's what I was saying. It will send a wrong signal to other constituencies also. So the administration did and arrested him. Now the question is, i- what will happen now? How will the voting go and shape in Mokama? First of all, in Mokama, now that the caste combination is the uh, juxtaposed against each other, the upper caste against in favor of the NDA and the backward caste in favor of the Mahagathbandhan. So there is a catch in between whether there are two candidates from belonging to Bhumihar caste. Suraj Bhan, his wife, is contesting from Mahagathbandhan. He is also from the Bhumihar caste. So it is now being construed viewed that the now that the situation has reached such a pass, so Bhumihars will now remain united. The Bhumihar votes will not be divided. It is considered, it is construed by the political watchers that now entire Bhumihar vote will go in favor of Anant Singh. And there is one more point to it, that now Lalan Singh, which is the union minister and which represent, who is also an MP from that area, he's a Munger, and this Mokama constituency falls under Munger constituency, Munger Lok Sabha constituency. Now, Mr. Lalan Singh has taken over the charge, and he is now saying today, you must have seen in television channels, that no, every voter is now fighting for Anant Singh, and we are every voter will vote for JDU, and we will take the command. He has assumed the command, and he is now handling the entire political, management of on behalf
No,
of the
but why
NDA
did
and on
Lalan
behalf of
Singh
the
make a
JDU.
statement? Why did Lalan Singh make a statement like this, that every voter will now vote for JDU? So, which means, is he batting for Anant Singh very clearly, despite
Yes, yes,
him
listen
having,
clearly. He
but despite him being a history cheater, despite him being labeled as a gunda, and everybody knows that, and he's been in and out of jail so many times, but despite that, why is Lalan Singh batting for him?
Because he is a JDU candidate, and is the JDU, the prestige of JDU is at stake in Mokama. That is one part. And if you go by the previous records of Lalan Singh, so it was Lalan Singh which was against him when Anand Singh was contesting the election as a RJD candidate. So at that point of time, Lalanji was against him. So the JDU was against him. The entire administration was against him, and
Right.
he was put behind bars for that. He
Right. No, but
in the last election.
this, yeah, but this what the this bit what you are explaining, I'll come to Sanjay now. Dr. Sanjay, doesn't this make JDU look very confusing? Because here you have a chief minister who warned Anand Singh that there will be a legal action against you, and he was ready to surrender, and even before he was ready to surrender, he was arrested. Then here, on the other hand, you have Lalan Singh from JDU, another person who is a central minister, and he's saying that every voter will bat for Anand Singh. Now, what does this mean? Does JDU not look confused about this bit?
Actually, when Lalan Singh was fighting a parliamentary election, so in that time, this Anand Singh was released on payroll, and he canvassed for Lalan Singh. So that way, Lalan Singh wants to just to pay back what Anand Singh had done for Lalan Singh. One point. Another point, when we talk about the votes of Bhumiyars, so even all the Bhumiyars, they vote for Anand Singh, then how Anand Singh can win the elections? Because we have RJD candidate there, and Yadavas and Muslims, Mallah and other EVC caste, even you leave other EVC castes, then they will certainly vote for the wife of Suraj Singh. In that case, the key decider will be Dhanuk vote, and the Dhanuk vote in that area is around 65,000. So without the support of Dhanuk community, no one can win there. That is the situation. And now you see the person who was campaigning, Mr. Dular Chand Yadav, he was campaigning for Jan Suraaj candidate, and he is Dhanu. So that way, I don't think that Dhanuks are going to vote for Anand Singh. They might vote for their own candidate, the Priyadarshi, and in that case, the fight will be triangular. And in that case, I think the upper hand is with the RJD candidate because they are having Muslims, Yadavs, and other. And Suraj Singh can also make some influence in Bhumiyar's vote. No doubt, she won't get cent percent vote from Bhumiyar. But even then, 20%, 15%, if she manages to get even 15% of Bhumiyar votes, then what will be the situation? It will be very interesting. And in that case, there will be a fight between Priyadarshi and RJD candidate. This is my opinion. This is my observation.
Right. But if I may come to the crucial question that now post Anand Singh's arrest, which party stands to lose? That is one crucial question. In fact, I'll ask both of you. Dr. Sanjay, I'll ask you first. Which party do you think stands to lose? Which party stands to gain? Who do you think will have an upper hand post Anand Singh's arrest?
Uh, After Anand Singh arrest, no doubt, there is an effort to just control the damage. What government is trying to do, NDA government is trying to do, state government is trying to do, is to control the damage. But the damage has already been done, and it can be minimized, but damage is still there. And in my opinion, the main loser will be BJP. When you talk about one of the components of India government, no doubt JD will also suffer, but they will suffer a little in comparison to what BJP is going to suffer.
Right. Ashok, what do you think? You think that JDU will stand? BJP has much more to lose rather than JDU in this particular incident.
No, JDU, BJP and JDU, the official candidate for NDA is JDU, which is Mr. Anant Singh. So BJP is supporting BJP and JDU as a part of the NDA. So there is no question of BJP losing it. In fact, what it will have the impact will be, as we are discussing, the the Bhumihar votes, which are very powerful and dominant, they command the vote and they command the voters at the same time. They will initially it was understood that the Bhumihar votes will split between the two Bhumihar candidates. Now what I see is by this arrest and by this incident, after this incident, the majority of the Bhumihar votes will go in favor of Anand Singh, NDA, because it has been a caste sort of it has taken assumed the nature of the caste rivalry between the two upper caste and the backward caste. So in that case, majority of the Bhumiyas will go. I'm not saying that Suraj Bhan and Suraj Bhan's wife, who is the candidate, will not get it. But at the same time, this Jan Suraj candidate, who belongs to the Dhanuk community, that is EBC, extremely backward caste, which we call Annexure 1 in Bihar. So the Dhanuks, which are also numerically preponderant and very important in that area. So they will go for this Jan Suraaj candidate now because this incident has happened. Minus, if you see to Mokama constituency, minus Dhanu, still there are the Jadavs are nearly 20 to 25%. So are Muslims, and there are other EBCs also. And so EBC, Muslim, and Jadav, and if Suraj Bhan manages to get even 10% to 50% or maybe 20% votes of the Bhumihas, so it will be a very tough fight. It is very difficult to say or proclaim that now the age is with the X candidate or the Y candidate. So let's not predict that. It will be
Right.
a
But
very tough fight now.
Right. But Prime Minister Modi and several BJP leaders have been talking about the Jungle Raj narrative. They try to remind the people of how the olden days during RJD's times were. Now, does Anand Singh's arrest or Anand Singh's episode and this particular murder of Dular Chand Yadav, does it really blunt that narrative of good governance, good law and order? Dr. Sanjay, I'll come to you.
Uh, so far, good governance is concerned, no doubt in the last 15 or 20 days, law and order has slightly deteriorated. But more or less, when you consider broadly, then law and order is not the issue in Bihar, because there is crime, no doubt, stray incidents of crime, but that is not state sponsored, which I always repeat. What we had in earlier governments prior to Nitish Kumar's. So, In that way, if somebody says that law and order has deteriorated, so I don't believe that this is a very true observation. No doubt, in the last 2 or 3 days, this is the biggest incidence of the murder of this social activist in Mokama, Dular Chand Yadav. Otherwise, more or less, it's okay.
But in terms of caste polarization, and this is my last question to you, Ashok, that does it become a turning point of sorts in the Bihar elections? Because the way the backwards and the forwards will now polarize, does it deepen the polarization? Does it become a turning point in that context?
I don't see that it will turn into a backward versus for upper caste polarization. In could be possible in Mokama and some few assembly segments around it, but throughout the state, it's not going to happen. That, in fact, I've been telling people, and I'll tell you that Bihar votes with for Bihar votes for the voters of Bihar. They are divided into caste combination and in different caste combinations. So the Mahagathbandhan has its own caste combination, and NDA led by Nitish Kumar in Bihar has its own caste combination. And this is the ground reality. And the voting in other constituencies, it will go by this combination only, the caste combination. To go into the details about it, so I will tell you that the Nitish Kumar has carved out a niche for himself when he uh, divided the social justice bloc castes by carving out the extremely backward castes. At the same time, the Pasmanda Muslims, meaning thereby they are backward castes among the Muslims, and thirdly, the Mahadalits. So who created a commission. He set up a commission and initially included 18 Mahadalits out of the total 22 scheduled castes in Bihar. There are 22 scheduled castes in Bihar. Out of that, he first included the 18 castes. Later on, after some time, when there was much hue and cry, he included two more and three more in a later phase and left the Paswans. At that point, the Paswans were led by Mr. Ramvilas Paswan. So he left the Paswans, which we call Dusats also. So he left Dusats. Later on, when Jitan Ram Majhi became the chief minister, so he included even Paswans. And the Mahadalit, the concept of Mahadalit in Bihar, it's not it doesn't have a constitutional validity at the national level. In fact, in Bihar, it is there are some welfare schemes for it. Nitish Kumar announced some welfare schemes for it. So Nitish has a chunk of voters among the EBCs. He has a chunk of voters among the Koiris, Kurmis, and Mahadalits, and the backward among the Muslims. And for that backward votes, he had projected Ali Nawar, who was previously a journalist and later he became the Rajya Sabha member twice. So he used to move around. So this is how he consolidated his vote bank against Lalu Prasad Yadav. Now this Nitish Kumar's image in the past few months, in the past few years, has gone down, and he's people think that he is not physically well. In that case, if and there are two more points to it. If Nitish Kumar, despite his ailment, if Nitish Kumar is not declared properly as the chief ministerial candidate, so these EVC votes and these Dalit votes will be divided. And this time, both the groups, the NDA and the Mahagathbandhan, what they have tried is that they have picked up candidates from these two communities, EBCs and Kuswahas. So if you see, there are 22 candidates from the NDA group, candidates from the Koiri caste from the NDA group, and similarly another 22 from the Mahagathbandhan. So they are trying to balance. So they are trying to get the votes of Koiris. At the same time, they are also trying. They have also both the groups have given uh, nominated candidates from EVCs, different castes of EVCs. So this time, if the voters are not consolidated, and the consolidation of EBC and Mahadalit and others will happen only when Chief Minister Nitish Kumar is declared as the chief ministerial candidate. If you don't do that, if the BJP fails to do that, the leaders have been saying from public platforms that okay, Nitish, we are contesting the election under the leadership of Nitish Kumar, and but nobody is
Right.
saying categorically that he will become the chief minister if comes to whatever come what may. Like the last time when in 2020 Nitish got only 43 seats. Despite that, since the commitment was there, despite that he was administered the oath of the chief minister. This time, if you don't do that, and there is a discussion in the political circles that this is what Lalan Singh has now assumed the charge in Mokama, and he was moving around with the prime minister yesterday when he was undertaking the road show in Patna. So that shows that it's a kind of indication. At the same time, he has also given the indication that Mr. Samrat Chaudhary, who belongs to the Kurmi caste, and his father was also a big Kurmi leader, Koiri leader, sorry, I beg your pardon, a Koiri leader, Mr. Sakuni Chaudhary, he was also a big Koiri leader. So now Anant Singh announced from Tarapur, from where Samrat is contesting the election, that no, the Prime Minister has thought something big for Samrat Chaudhary, indicating that he could also be given the, if possible, if NDA comes to power, he may also be tipped for the post of the Chief Minister. At
Yeah.
the same time,
All right.
Lalan Singh moving around the Prime Minister during the road show prominently, it also gives some kind of indication. So the voting in Bihar will be based on the caste combinations of the two groups, two major groups which are fighting the elections this time, and it's very crucial this time. It's very crucial.
All right. So, 6th of November is the first phase of polling. I think tomorrow the campaign is the last day of the campaign for the first phase tomorrow. So, we'll have to wait and watch. A lot of interesting developments happening in Bihar. We'll have to end it here. Thank you so much, Dr. Sanjay Kumar and Ashokji. Thank you very much for joining.